Introducing the epic new Swift. Time to go swifting.
वॉचो ऐप पे देखो एक ओटीटी के दाम पे सारे ओटीटी शान से. A new venue injects fresh life for batters. We've seen a 150 total after 7 whole games at the ICC Men's T20 World Cup 2024. 159 for 5 is where Bangladesh finished against Netherlands in Kingstown, St Vincent in a game of extreme significance to both sides as far as the race to the Super 8s is concerned. How good is that total? What can we expect from the chase? We look back at the first innings on Maruti Suzuki Arena, presents ESPN Cricket Info Timeout, powered by Dish TV. Watcho in the continued company of Varun Aaron in our studios and Farveez Maharoof, who joins us on link. Gentlemen, good to see some runs, at least for the batters who've been crying for it in New York. Farveez, your initial thoughts on the score and the conditions as we see a new venue at this World Cup in the Arnos Vale ground?
Yeah, conditions looks really good. Plenty of bounce, and the batsman can trust the bounce, play on the up. And initial part I thought the Dutch were bowling a bit shorter, and that's where I reckon Bangladeshi openers and the top order especially were left off the hook. But I thought the full marks should go to Bangladesh, how they built up the innings, how they capitalize of short bowling, and come the man, Shakib Al-Hasan, what a knock.
Absolutely. It's an innings that's been helmed by Shakib Al-Hasan. His first 50 in T20Is in over a year and a half. Excuse me. And Varun, right from the start, quite early on in the power play, Shakib really took charge and held fort through the innings for Bangladesh.
See, look, in T20, sometimes you've got to counter-attack, because if you feel you're in a spot, it's better to counter-attack than to go in your shell, because if you go into your shell, the bowler always has a chance to dominate, and then to get out of there, then you have to play some exceptional cricket. But Shakib did just that today. He took the count, he took the attack to the bowlers, especially that 1 over of Van Beek, where he took him for over 16 or 19 runs in that over, which was crucial. But like what Farveez was saying, they bowled too short. I think we spoke about that at the start of the match, that will the bouncer be a good ploy to them? Yes, the bouncer will be a good ploy to them, but you've got to set the correct field. I thought they were bowling a lot of bouncers with a short fine up. So if you see their wagon wheels, there's a lot of 4 scored just above short fine. If they actually were bowling bouncers with the short fine instead of, sorry, with a normal fine leg instead of a short fine, it would have been a lot better.
Farveez, your thoughts on how Shakib went about his business? Pressure on him, not scored runs for a while, such a vital game in the tournament for Bangladesh, and he delivers.
Yeah, spotlight on him. Experience, we all say that experience is invaluable. Shakib Al-Hasan, when the team needed him badly, batting at number 4, he came out and he batted beautifully. Initially, he wasn't taking that much of risk, but again, bowling short and playing to Shakib's hand by bowling short way outside the off-stump, where Shakib loves it through cow point, to third man, and also when the bouncer was bowled at the body, the fine leg was in the circle, as Varun said, so he's just playing into his hands. And Shakib is a wily old player who's been in the system for a long time. He knows what are the other teams are coming out with most of the time. And we saw during the live coverage, there was some shots of him practicing his short ball skills. Goes to show that he was, before this game, he knew the attack will be on him with short ball. He was prepared, and today it was a nice knock, I should say. It's not that one of those brilliant knock, but effective and mighty effective, and it can be a match-winning knock as far as I see it.
Also goes to show nothing's wrong with his neck. His neck is all right.
Yeah, did prove to be a pain in the neck for the Dutch. Just quickly touching upon some of the other batters, Tanzid Hassan caught the eye with a sparkling cameo at the start. But if you look through the rest of the scorecard, especially the struggles for someone like Mahmudullah and Tauhid Hridoy, who have been scoring well for them, is that indicative of a pitch that is still challenging in its own right, or was it just down to better bowling by the Dutch?
I think it was good bowling, some really good fielding as well. They took some good catches in the boundary line, and I feel Shanto, there's a lot of pressure on him, because as a captain, his track record in T20s has not been the best, with his strike rate just being 107 this game. And the games previous to this, he hasn't scored anything. At least Mahmudullah had a good contribution today. Hridoy has been having great contributions. But somebody like Shanto and Liton Das again, one of the better batsmen in the team, really has to score if Bangladesh win today and progress to the Super 8s.
Yeah, it was quite the dismissal for the Bangladesh captain, reverse sweeping one straight to first slip, which gave Aryan Dutt the first of his wickets. And Farveez, the new inclusion in the side, brought in as an additional spin option, and the off spinner really stands out, 2 for 17.
And that was a master stroke by Netherlands, having off spinner playing in the 11, especially with three left-handers in the top four. That was a no-brainer when you have Varun, that sort of a good off spinner, steady, can get some good bounce, or delivery can turn. And Shanto, I just feel he has gone to his own shell and he's not sure how to come out of it. This is where, as I said, I mean, even Varun agreed with me about clarity for the captain. Yes, sometimes as a captain, when you don't make runs and the entire country is watching and looking up to you to score runs. When you go to a shell, most of the time you play a silly stroke like a reverse sweep in the second over itself. It just shows that Shanto needs to come down one step at batter number 3. I've been keep saying it. I like to see him at number 3. Get a right hand left hand combination. Litton does. Yes, Litton has not been in super form, but still I feel Litton at his best while opening the batting. Just like Shakib if Litton spends some time in the middle, I think in case if Bangladesh wins this game going to second round, that will have a lot of good positivity going forward.
If I may, Farveez, Shanto didn't help the left-right combination by going left-sided against the off-spinner and then giving that wicket away. There was an equally impressive spell from Paul van Meekeren, 2 for 15 in his 4 overs, but it's a much shorter break and the Dutch chase is already underway. That's because of the delayed start we had thanks to the weather in Kingstown. So let's quickly get predictions. Varun, 160 in front of the Dutch. Do you think they can chase this down?
I just have a feeling the Dutch might chase this down because the wicket is really good. I think it's a par score. They haven't scored above par. If some of the batsmen had given Shakib Al Hasan some support, they might have seen an above par score, but the wicket's playing really well and Bangladesh will have to bowl exceedingly well to defend this total.
Yeah, the tremors of recent games in New York reflected itself in the predictions we got in-house, with 137 being the highest among Varun and Farveez. But Farveez, 159, Varun believes the Dutch can chase it down. What do you think and how do Bangladesh go about defending this total?
Making a match of it, I think Bangladesh got enough, mainly because the 3 fast bowlers have been bowling really well. Tanzim Hassan and Taskin Ahmad have been hitting that good length areas up in the USA. And I think this pitch demands that length as well. Hit the deck hard, and we saw when Paul van Meekeren with his side, whenever the pitch back was around the good length area, it wasn't that easy. So I reckon that's the natural lift of Tanzim as well as Taskin. If they can hit that length continuously and consistently, I think it will be tough work. And with Rishad, Rispina, some deliveries are turning. He'll be a match winner as well in this game.
Right, we will leave it there and pick up the conversation at the end of the Dutch chase. Thank you, Varun and Farveez, for your time. Look forward to your company in just a bit from now. 2 huge points for on offer in Group D, so it will be a post-show of quite a lot of significance. So be sure to join us then on Maruti Suzuki Arena presents ESPN Cricket Info Timeout, powered by Dish TV Watcho. Download the ESPN Cricket Info mobile app if you haven't already, and that'll have you covered through the chase with the fastest scores and a whole lot more. Dutch chase underway. Can they chase down 160? Be sure to join us once it's done.
Introducing the epic new Swift. Time to go swifting.
Watcho ऐप पे देखो एक OTT के दाम पे सारे OTT शान से.
Watcho.